Hello, hello. My name is Elfie, and thank you for being here. Today, we are going to be talking about boundaries and why they are so important. Now, boundaries is something that I see gets quite dismissed in spiritual communities because, it's seen as, there's this thing of like one love and unity, and yes, that is absolutely true. But boundaries are absolutely crucial. Boundaries are an act of radical self love. I'm going to say that again. Boundaries are an act of radical self love. So when you put up a boundary, you are actually loving yourself. You are loving yourself on such a deep level because you are telling yourself and you're telling the universe and your reality that you know your self-worth. You are saying, I love myself so much that I'm not putting up with this. I know my self-worth so much that I'm not putting up with this. And when we implement a boundary, we are going deeper into our self-love, and we are knowing our self-worth even deeper. And we are telling the universe what we will accept in our lives and what we don't accept. And so when we implement a boundary, the boundary is not telling someone else what to do. The boundary is a I am or I will. It's a statement that has the word I in it because it is about you. You are sharing your truth. You are not telling someone what to do or how to act. You are saying, this is me, and this is what I tolerate and what I do not tolerate. And you can take it or leave it. And depending on how that person reacts will tell you whether or not you wish to still have them in your life or not. And, it really, people that don't have boundaries, that don't respect your boundaries, usually don't have any boundaries themselves. And so that usually tells you kind of where they are when it comes to boundaries. So I'd like to invite you to start implementing boundaries. Maybe you say no to somebody, or you say no to an event, and you don't need to over explain yourself, and you don't need to give someone this explanation, because if you do that, what's going to happen is there's going to be a pushback. That means whatever you say, you will be met with another question or concern. Like if you say, I can't go because of the kids, someone may say, well, why don't you get a babysitter? Or you can bring the kids with you. And then you're back to trying to find another excuse. We don't need excuses. We need to step into our power, and we need to say no with confidence. We need to leave how we are going to be perceived by others at the door. How we are being perceived by others does not matter if you know yourself. If you know, I am putting up this boundary because I'm coming from a place of love, I'm honoring myself, I'm honoring my truth, then you can never be wrong. If you share the truth from your heart, you can never be wrong, because love is the only truth. So when you do a boundary, you have to get past that feeling of discomfort. You have to get past the feeling of that you may not be liked by that person after that ever again. There are a lot of people that will look at you forever differently just because of you've set a boundary. And I'm going to tell you right now, those are not your people, because they're at a very different point in their journey. And we are stepping into our power now. So When you implement a boundary, you need to not worry about how you are perceived, because that perception is being seen through a false lens. When you know who you are, you will know who can see you, and it is clear as day when they can see you. If someone says, "Do you want a hug?" and your response is no, if they truly see you and they are living from their heart, do you know what they will say? They will say, "Okay, thanks for letting me know." They're not going to go, "Oh, why not? Why don't you want to give me a hug? Oh, it's just a hug," and try to guilt trip you into it. This trying to convince you thing. I've had so many experiences with the universe showing me boundaries on all these different ways and forms. And it's really interesting when you say no to someone, how they try to convince you otherwise. Now that in itself is kind of slightly sickening when you think about it, that person doesn't understand the word no, and they don't understand consent, and they're trying to convince you of something, that they're so uncomfortable in your sovereignty and in your power, they're trying to convince you otherwise. And the universe will keep testing you until you finally get the lesson. If they want to see you as the villain, let them. You will always be a villain in someone's story or in multiple people's story. I know I most definitely am. And you just let them think that, because when you know yourself, you know who you are. You know that you are loving. You know that you are kind. And you're not trying to convince someone of who you are, because why would you waste your energy on someone who can't see you? Why would you waste your energy on someone who is not at a level of consciousness to even receive what you're saying? It's like words that are just not being received. They're just going through the person and not into them, but through them, or they're bouncing off, or they're falling on the ground. There's no landing pad. So I want to invite you to step into your power really now. I know there's this one thing that you're currently going through, that you're really struggling to assert yourself and assert your boundary. And when you do it, yes, it's going to feel uncomfortable. Yes, it's going to feel scary because it's unknown and it's new. But if you do it and you keep doing it, you're going to see after, you're going to start to feel the effects of what it feels like when you start honoring yourself, when you start putting yourself first before anyone. No, actually, I'm going to do this. I know it's not understood by this person or by the group or by whoever, and I don't care because I'm doing what's right for me. Maybe it's saying no, maybe it's walking away. Maybe it's you just simply following your truth. But at the end of the day, enough is enough. Really. Because if we don't have boundaries, people will step all over us like a doormat. Been there, done that. And it doesn't get you very far. It doesn't get you very fast. It doesn't get you anywhere, really. You just go in circles, trying not to hurt anyone's feelings. We need to get past that now. Stop calling yourself an empath, because when you tell people this, the people that are not living from their heart center, you're giving them that information that you are someone that feels things deeply, and they will use it against you. You need to step into your sovereignty now. You are a powerful creator being. And we don't let people step all over us. And yes, these people are probably going to treat you differently, or they may walk out of your life. They may verbally or emotionally abuse you or something like that. Because now you're not controlled by them. Because now you're not letting them get their way. And it doesn't have to be this long speech, because most of the time these people, you know, will not really understand anyway. So just a short and sweet thing, you know, no thank you, no. You shouldn't have to repeat yourself like multiple heaps of times, like one time's enough. And if you're having to do it 2-3 times, then at that point, walk away. If you are going to implement a boundary, I want you to comment the curled bicep emoji under this video. And if you feel like you want to share what that boundary is, share it with us so we can all support one another. If you would like to work one-on-one with me, where I help guide you on your spiritual journey, I help you connect deeper to yourself, and help you remember things and give you clarity on your journey, I am available for one-on-one sessions. I'm also available for tarot and oracle readings, as well as light language and Reiki. If you would like to book a healing session with me or a spiritual guidance session with me, you can do that in the link in the description box below on my website, emeraldheartcenter.com.au, or you can send me a message on either of my Instagrams, elfiee.fae or emeraldheart.center. I hope this video helped you in some way, and I hope you start to feel comfortable enough to step into your own power and assert those boundaries. I hope to see you next time. Bye.